The sound test room.
Hello and welcome to the Sound Test Room. My name is Jakob. I'm your host, and I want to show you something amazing that I discovered that you can do using Borderlands Granular. I recently made a live performance using Borderlands Granular and Figure together with a bunch of apps to create something very cool. And I was using Borderlands Granular as a pad machine. And that's what I want to show you today, how to actually do that, because I've gotten a lot of questions from a lot of you asking me how I actually did that. Now, the first thing I did was I actually went into Audio Share and I loaded up Propellerhead's Thor in in-app audio mode inside Audiobus. That's how I record my sounds. So I basically recorded a few chords and we can listen to them right here. This is the file with the original chords. After recording these chords, I then sent them to audio mastering by Igor Vasiliev just to raise the volume a bit and maybe do some tweaking with the equalizer and some compression and stuff like that. So the final result was this. Wow, I love the sound of that. And this sound is a preset from my 64 free bell presets that I made for Thor. You can go get them for free. I'll put a link down in the description, so don't worry about that. I then sent that into Borderlands, and I'm going to show you how that works. So we go to Borderlands Granular, and we're going to clear the screen. Just like that. And now I'm gonna import that sample. So we press this button down here and we go to the import window, and that goes strictly to Audio Share, and I love that. And I'm gonna choose the Thor Bell Chords mastered file, import into app Borderlands Granular, and there you have it right there. The nice thing with Borderlands Granular, you can work with this in both portrait mode or landscape mode. It doesn't really turn when you flip the screen, but you can resize and rotate the files as much as you want. And that's a good thing, because how you play Borderlands affects the sound. Let's add a node. You double tap and you have a node. Now this one comes set with a lot of options, so you get those options up by double tapping on the node. Now in this node you can make lots of changes. How many voices will be playing? Now it says 8, and that's actually 8 of these dots that you see here. As soon as a dot pick up a sound, it glows red. Let's remove that so you can see. As you can see, they glow red when they pick something up. Now, double tap on the node again and you get all the options. And I'm sorry that my face is showing inside the iPad. I couldn't do anything about that. The Borderlands Granular and Audio Share interface are dark. And even if I put the lighting up on the iPad, my iPhone will still adjust even though I lock the exposure and focus on light. My face will just be showing there. So as you can see, these are the chords, and I like the slope on the chords. This actually allows me to start up a sound very soft by moving the node up to the soft parts where there are little sound, and then moving them up to the strong parts where there are lots of sound. So you actually get an evolving, growing pad when you do that. As you can see, I have one chord here, I have one chord here, one chord here, one there and one there. And I only want to be able to play a small portion of this chord. So here you have the XY axis, and this controls the box where these dots are picking up noise. So I'm gonna make it really tall and thin. And as you can see, the dots move inside this box accordingly to this box. Okay? So when I move my node up, it won't play there or there. It will only play inside this area. So that's one thing you need to do. Alright, that's one thing. Another thing that I do instantly is the overlap time of the grains. So the overlap time is right here, and I actually put that to 1, and that's the longest period of time that they overlap each other. You can hear you have a pad sound right there. Now the duration will actually affect the speed of how they're playing. So if I move the duration down, you can see the dots are playing really fast. And if I move it up a bit, and I usually keep mine around 750 milliseconds in duration. Now you can also affect the stereo spread of it, and also the volume, the vibrato. You also have a vibrato. You can affect the pitch, and I use this sometimes. You should try it out. I'm not going to show everything. I'm just going to show you how I did to make pads. Now the next thing you can do, this is one way of playing pads, you know. It does regular chords that you've recorded, and then you play just one chord at a time, and or using more notes. Now another great way of doing this is actually sampling each note in every chord one by one. And since the interface of Borderlands is laid out this way, that I can actually pull and shape the waveforms the way I want and place them and rotate them the way I want, I can actually make myself a little keyboard. So I'm going to show you something like that. So we open up the menu right there. I've already done preparations for this. Borderlands Granular pad machine. And here I have each note in 2 chords that I'm playing. And these are actually the first 2 chords in that previous audio file you saw in my previous setup. If I play one note, and let's add 2 notes, and 3 notes, now, if you have an iPad, a big iPad, you can actually fit more on the screen than my iPad mini. So you can have more notes. And since you can actually change the way that a note plays, you can see here my notes play inside a very small area. And since I'm using the files like this, you know, that way on the screen, as you can see, I've chosen to play like a very small boxed rectangular area like that. So it won't play anything here or anywhere else or up or down. So I can actually start out soft and go strong. And then I just make more notes to actually play my sampled keyboard, because that's basically what I'm doing. Now, the next step to making this pad sound as good as possible is to add reverb. There are 4 reverbs that I like a lot, and that's AUFX Space by Jonathan Liljedahl, that's Schematica. Then you have Reverb by Klevgren Produktion. Christopher Rice, Holderness Media, Echo Pad is really cool to use for something like this. And also, Amazing Noises has made a really cool reverb, big wet reverbs, and that is Reverb FDN, Feedback Delay Network. Use one of them or more or all of them in a chain, and your pad will grow to an astronomical size. I've already inside the audio bus chain, because I'm actually using audio bus, and I have Borderlands Granular in the input slot, I have AUFX Space in the FX slot, and I have Audio Share in the output slot. AUFX Space, and I actually have it bypassed right now, so I'm gonna turn up the dry wet a bit and press the bypass, and now we're gonna have some reverb. Listen to this. Now you can improve on your pad because Borderlands works with layers. That's right, you can actually put more stuff over these. So if I wanted to play a chord but I'm tired of using more notes, you can actually move these files on top of each other. Let's just do it so I can move them later on. Like that. And now you can, oh, not that one, sorry. That's great, right? Well, actually the most fun way of using it is to put another type of noise in there. And I've prepared something for that. Awesome! Borderlands Granular is one of the best granular apps out there. Imagine what you can create with this. You cannot afford not to have Borderlands Granular in your app arsenal. Blowing my mind right now, and I think a lot of you are gonna go run to the app store if you don't have Borderlands and go get it now. This video has been long enough. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you like it. As usual, Doug Woods, Colin Sweeney and me, Jakob, at soundtestroom.com, wishes you a very productive week.